Hi, welcome back to Signal Boost, where we talk about makeup owned by people of color, the makeup brands owned by people of color and immigrants to the US and first generation people. So today I'm going to be creating this look for you using the Pat McGrath Subliminal Dark Star palette, which came out last year for the holidays, and I believe you can still get it. And also using her Luxetrance lipstick in Anarkissed, which is this beautiful dark berry color. Very dramatic, very good for a holiday party, even if it's on Zoom, especially if it's on Zoom. Lots of good contrast, and I am just like wrapped up. It's a rainy, cold Saturday, and I'm wrapped up in my beautiful, this is a cashmere wrap, but I got it at a thrift store for $3. It's cashmere. It's really soft and it's beautiful, so I just love wrapping myself up in this. I feel very luxurious, so I kind of wanted to make a smoky eye look that would match the drama and the luxury of my beautiful $3 thrift cashmere wrap. So if you would like to see how to get this look, then just stick with us. Okay, we're gonna start. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership Subliminal Dark Star palette that I got for Christmas last year. I believe this was part of her holiday palette last year, and it's just a very dark, smoky, I think it's very appropriately named. It has this beautiful ethereal kind of blue. They have names on them. They're tiny on the back. And honestly, I don't really refer to them by their names when I'm using them, so I'm probably not going to do that here. They're distinct enough. So it has this beautiful sparkly blue, this really dark aubergine, which is eggplant in America, this aubergine eggplant color, a matte black, and then these two matte gray, and then these two gold colors. One is a little more of a peachy gold, and it's just a little bit cooler, and then this is a really nice yellow warm gold. So I thought I would just do a nice smoky winter look for today. I have my scarf on and I'm cozy. It's a cold, rainy November day, and I just wanted to make a nice smoky look. And then we're gonna finish out with Pat's these are I want to make sure I get this right. These are the lipsticks that came out last year that are not matte. They're the, let me see. They're the Luxetrance lipsticks, and they come in these, of course, beautiful, beautiful lipstick containers that just are super satisfying to open and close. They're metal. We're going to do this nice dark red, which is called Anarkissed. Perfect. Great color for this year, actually. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to start out by just very lightly using this gray shade. Now, I do have my neutral matte palette on standby just in case I need lighter transitions, and this palette doesn't really lend itself necessarily to being a complete look unless you have really dark skin. So if you have light skin, you might want to use another palette as a companion, but I'm going to try to use it just all on its own today. I also laid down, since I don't have eye primer yet, I'm still waiting for that to come, I laid down some concealer and some powder and just a light colored eye shade, just a matte eye shade, because Pat's shadows do crease on me. Now, all shadows crease on me because of my oily lids, but Pat's in particular crease on me. I don't know why. They're super high quality. They're very good eyeshadows, but it just goes to show that people's personal body chemistry can react to products differently and deal with products differently. I also have, my eyelids are starting to get crepey and wrinkly because I am not 20 anymore. So anyway, let's just get started with this. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just really touch the top of that gray shade. And I'm just going to start on the outer crease, and I'm going to just touch it and pat it. I'm not doing a whole lot of wiping motions anymore because of that creepy lid skin. I will get skips and dips, and we just want to move the eye skin as little as possible. So as you see, that's going on pretty dark, even though I just touched. But we're going to try to use this as a smoky transition shade. I'm going to come in to the lid a little bit and that's just the start, a nice smoky start to the look. And then I'm just touching to get a little bit more, starting on the outer part of the lid, dragging it through the crease, patting it through the crease really. Just bringing the color into the crease. Right there. Looks a little crazy right now, but we're just getting started. And I'm going to pat a little bit more right here just to darken up. Okay, so this is the beginning of our nice smoky look. And next I'm going to take this purpley, this aubergine eggplant color, and it's really, really intense. So I am going to be very conservative with this. It's a satiny shade, so it has sparkle in it. And I'm going to start on the outer crease here, and I'm just going to pat with a little less pressure, just like I did the other day with the Reina Rebelde color. Just going to pat in a little bit less intensely with less pressure as I get in towards the corner. And I'm going to bring that up just to marry with that gray shade. And Pat's shades are just so, they're so easy to blend that really, I mean, I didn't do any blending there, and you can see that the transition from the purple to the gray is just really seamless. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the other eye and do the same thing. Starting at the outer corner, laying down a bunch, and then patting with ever decreasing pressure as I get to the inner corner. I'm only using extremely light swiping motions for when I do swipe. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit more pigment here to make it match the other eye. And again, just patting it up into the crease to marry it with the gray. And the gray and the purple are really nicely integrated, but I'm just going to add a little blending insurance with my fluffy brush and just really smoke it up so it has a really beautiful transition up into that area between the shadow and the brow. And I'm barely touching it. I'm just really holding it towards the end of the brush and just grazing over it. The eye skin is moving a little bit, but not a whole lot. And there we have a beautiful, beautiful smokiness going on. I could stop here. This is really nice. I could just put on mascara and be done with it. But I just want to add a little bit more drama, and it's just really hard to resist. So a lot of times I would go in with the blue for the inner third of my lid. But today, just to kind of go with everything I'm wearing, I just want to add a little bit of drama here. So I am going to use this peachy gold, and it is my most used shade. As you can see, it has the biggest dips. Now this shade is very, very glittery, and it does have a bit of fallout. So just be warned. I always put my base on before my eyeshadow, but this is the kind of color that I don't mind if a couple little pieces of glitter get down below here, it just kind of makes me feel festive. So I'm just going to take a small amount of that and pat it almost like a topper in the inner third of my eye, and see, that just adds a touch of brightness and glamour. I'm not making it opaque. I'm just assisting the gradient there and adding a little bit of drama. Just right there on the outer third. I often go in with too much pigment on my second eye or not enough, so I'm gonna soften that up a little bit. I just wipe my brush off. And I might just grab a little bit more of that purple, just the tiniest bit, and make that a nicer transition there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So there we have it. We have a beautiful gradient going on from the gray and the purple going into the gold. I think the last thing that I'd like to do is just deepen up the corners ever so slightly, and I have to be very careful with this black because it's super, super dark. Definitely like, since it's almost kind of like a space theme, it's definitely like deep space black hole kind of black. So I'm just touching it. I have this kind of pointy brush here, and I'm just touching it on the outer V. I'm not going to pull it into the crease or anything because it's just so intense. I'm kind of dragging it to the maybe outer quarter of my lids there, and you just see that adds that drama that increases the contrast between all the way out here where you have the black and the gray into the purple, and then that peachy gold that acts as a topper there. So I'm just going to take my fluffy brush again. It's nicely cleaned off, and I'm going to go around the edges and make sure that black is nicely smoked out. So there we go. I'm not going to do any liner today because there's so much contrast between my skin tone and the darkness around my eyes here. So I'm not going to bother with liner, but I am going to put mascara on. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm going to add some mascara. I think this would look beautiful for an evening event in the wintertime, in the event that we ever get to do like in-person events. I'm actually going to dip this back in because I do want a darker coat. Usually I just, especially for a regular daytime look, I don't dip it back in, but I'm going to do that today. And you can do this, you don't have to have Pat's shadows. They're quite dear, but worth it, I think. I know. But if you don't have Pat's shadows, you can really use any matte black, matte gray. Everybody's got a gold, dark purple. So this is a look you could really achieve. I think, I'm looking at my eyes, and I think I'm just going to add a little bit of smoke to the lower lash line. I know I just touched a little bit of mascara there on one of my eyes, but it should be okay. So I'm just going to touch into the gray. I think the black would be a little bit too intense. And I'm just going to add a little bit there. Continuity to frame the eye. Don't want to be too intense. There we go. Oh, I just love that sparkle on the inside. it's just enough, you know, it's not too crazy. All right, I am going to quickly, let's see, touch just the bottom of my lower lashes over here on this other eye, because I missed that. And quickly use some brow mascara to give a little bit more structure and tame my wild and crazy, bushy, long brows. And then it's time for lips. So this Anarkissed is so pretty. And I wish you could still buy it. I wish it were still in stores or on her website. But her Luxetrance line is just, it's gone. I really wish she would bring it back. I like matte lipsticks, but I really love creamy lipsticks, and her formula is beautiful. It's really, really nice. So I wish she would bring it back, and hopefully at some point she does. But let's just go with what we have today. Lipsticks last forever. I almost think I should get minis of everything for how long lipsticks last. But these packages are just so satisfying. They're just heavy and metal, and they have these lips on them. I just enjoy it so much. Just lining with the red I have. This is less to add pigment because the dark red I think is really going to overpower it, and more to just decrease the chance of feathering. Okay, let's go into the lips. Scarf keeps falling down here. This is just such a beautiful, dramatic color. You could do this in the daytime with very simple eyes for a kind of toned down look that just focuses the drama on the lips. But I really like it with this look because it just takes it to the next level. It's just that deep berry. This is kind of one of my go-to colors. I always have to have a deep berry in my arsenal, especially for winter. When I get into cooler looks, when I get into that dark drama of the winter weather and winter days, I just love it. Just going over the edges a little bit. If you wanted to be more precise, you could use the lip brush to line with the lips with the same lipstick. So here we go. This is the look, a dark, glamorous look for winter with Pat McGrath with her a Subliminal Dark Star palette. It looks like this. You can see how much I've used it. This kind of hook here is wearing out because I use it so much, but it's just such a nice palette, and I think you can still pick it up. I'm sorry you can't pick up the Anarkissed lipstick, but I just know that Pat's colors are wonderful. They go on beautifully. This is not transfer proof or anything like that because it is a Luxetrance, so it is it's more hydrating, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind, you know, licking the side of my glass so the lipstick doesn't come off on it. Just a little trick I learned. And I don't mind reapplying or anything like that. I think it's worth the drama that you get here. So here you go. Thanks for watching.